A veteran's fight against a suburban predator. In the quiet suburb of Willow Creek, Ohio, on a crisp October morning in 2026, Ethan Carter, a former Navy SEAL with a medical discharge, thought he'd finally found peace. After years of navigating VA bureaucracy and the scars of 8 years in service, he and his wife, Sarah, settled into a neighborhood free of the petty rules and power-hungry HOAs that plague so many suburbs. They wanted a simple life, waving to neighbors, watching kids play in the cul-de-sac, maybe even forgetting the weight of military life. But by day 5, their dream unraveled when a sleek black SUV rolled up, and out stepped Monica Reynolds, a woman with a polished smile and a tablet that screamed authority. She introduced herself as the president of the Willow Creek HOA, claiming Ethan's street had been annexed into her domain. Her words dripped with calculation, her eyes scanning their modest home like a predator sizing up prey. Monica handed Ethan documents that looked official VA terminology, disability references, even details about his medical discharge he'd never shared. "Welcome to our Veteran Oversight Program," she said, her tone implying his service was a liability. Ethan's gut churned. He'd seen enough red tape in the Navy to spot inconsistencies. The forms had off-kilter fonts, blurry seals, and a QR code linking to a shady org site, not a gov. When he called her out, pointing out the non-existent Department of Veterans Housing Authority, Monica's smile tightened, but she doubled down, demanding $2,000 in annual fees. Sarah, stepping onto the porch, shut it down with a calm, "No way." That's when things got ugly. Within days, Ethan's world started collapsing. His job at a local logistics firm, steady for 6 months, ended abruptly. His boss, avoiding eye contact, cited an anonymous tip about PTSD episodes and workplace safety risks. The accusations were nonsense. Ethan hadn't had a PTSD episode in years, thanks to therapy. But the caller used clinical terms like combat stress and civilian integration challenges, words too precise for a random coworker. Then Sarah dropped a bombshell. She wasn't a freelance accountant. She was a county fraud investigator. And their move to Willow Creek was a cover for an 18-month sting targeting Monica. Their marriage was real, she swore. But the house, the timing, it was all strategic. Ethan felt the ground shift. Was their love a lie, too? Monica didn't stop. She showed up with pre-printed payment plans, somehow knowing about Ethan's job loss before he'd told anyone. Sarah pounced, accusing her of coordinated fraud. Monica's confidence faltered, but she didn't back off. At a crowded community barbecue by the neighborhood pool, she struck again, loudly pitying Ethan's job troubles and PTSD struggles in front of 50 neighbors. The crowd whispered, "Phones out. Recording." Then Ellen Harper, a neighbor who'd brought them brownies when they moved in, chimed in with rehearsed concern about Ethan's adjustment issues. Sarah caught a notification on Ellen's phony a payment confirmation for targeting another veteran family, the Thompsons. Ethan's stomach sank. How many neighbors were in on this? The tension exploded one chilly November morning in 2026. Monica arrived at Ethan's driveway with a thick folder, announcing a wellness check for his mental instability. She dialed 911, claiming Ethan was a dangerous veteran with PTSD aggression, waving fake psychiatric commitment papers. 3 police cruisers screeched in, lights flashing, as neighbors filmed. Ethan, in sweatpants holding a coffee mug, faced officers ready to restrain him. Monica handed over forged documents, county seals, psychiatrist signatures, all fake but convincing. Just as Ethan's heart pounded with the fear of being hauled away, Sarah stepped forward, her voice cutting through the chaos. She flashed her county fraud investigator badge, declaring the papers fraudulent. The lead officer's demeanor shifted as Sarah pointed out forged seals and non-existent facilities. The crowd gasped. Phones now aimed at Monica, whose smug grin melted into panic. She'd walked into a trap. At the county fraud office, Sarah revealed the chilling scope of Monica's operation. Emails, spreadsheets, and templates laid out a 2-year scheme targeting 16 veteran families across Willow Creek, Pine Hollow, and Oak Ridge. Monica had stolen $184,000, using fake HOA fees and liens to ruin lives. Her template's initial contact: job sabotage, reputation destruction, financial pressure or psychological warfare, exploiting veterans' respect for authority. Accomplices like Ellen paid $200 per family. Scouted targets. Ethan saw files on families like the Thompsons, who lost their home, and the Murphys, whose son was bullied out of school over Monica's lies. The case broke open when Ethan and Sarah found a foreclosure notice on 74-year-old veteran George Mitchell's door. A Vietnam vet in a wheelchair. George faced losing his home over $3,000 in fake fees that ballooned to $9,000. Monica arrived, smugly pressuring him. But Sarah flashed her badge, voiding the liens. In a heated moment, Monica fumbled her phone, which cracked open on George's porch, revealing texts about veteran targeting. Sarah seized it under the plain view doctrine, uncovering a goldmine: victim profiles, payment schedules, and plans to expand. Monica's empire was crumbling. By December 2026, county investigators raided Monica's home and 4 accomplices' properties. News vans swarmed as Monica, in a bathrobe, was cuffed and let out, her arrogance replaced by terror. Ellen turned herself in, confessing to save herself, her testimony nailing the network. The media dubbed it Operation Veteran Guard, broadcasting Monica's perp walk to millions. She got 5 years in prison and full restitution. Accomplices faced probation or jail. The evidence: Monica's phone. Ellen's confession ensured justice for every family. 6 months later, in June 2027, Ethan stood in the Willow Creek Community Center, surrounded by the 7 targeted families: Mitchells, Thompsons, Murphys, and more. They formed the Veterans Defense League, a real HOA to protect, not prey. Ethan, once a victim, was elected president. Their bylaws banned veteran discrimination, created support funds, and offered fraud workshops. George Mitchell's home became a veteran hub, his porch a place for shared stories. The Thompsons moved back, reclaiming their place. Ethan found a new job with a veteran-friendly company, turning sabotage into opportunity. Sarah specialized in veteran fraud cases, her work saving countless families. This wasn't just justice, it was redemption. A community once fractured by betrayal now stood united, honoring service over exploiting it. Monica thought veterans were easy marks, but she learned the hard way: some fight back with badges, evidence, and unbreakable resolve. What would you do if your neighbor turned out to be a predator profiting off your pain? Can you ever fully trust a community again after such betrayal? And how far would you go to protect those who've served? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Hit like if this story gripped you, and subscribe for more tales of justice that'll keep you on edge.